Hello and welcome to Chaotic Neutral Games. You may notice, first off, that we are missing one this week. Rox is not feeling too well, so she's giving this week a miss. But we shall soldier on without her and hope she gets better for next week. Also, we're back again. It's hopefully holding steady after the chaotic... It was a disaster last week. It was awful. I spent an hour poking around, but we got there this week.
It wasn't just one thing, was it? It was like
it was
10 different things.
Everything, like the sound, the internet, OBS was playing up as well. I think Zoom was being awful for some of us too. It was, but not this week. This week we are going to do what we were trying to do last week and do chapter 4 of Numenera Odyssey, where our explorers have been travelling and are just about to enter Nouru. So, without much further ado, just a little bit more, we are going to jump back into the Ninth World and join our explorers in Nouru. Welcome back. Last we left off, our explorers had, they started last week, 2 weeks ago, inside a crystal tree. They negotiated passage through the shear, this cut through the Clock of Kala, a uniform 73 miles across the whole way. In doing so, they agreed to help harvest some squid stuff. Trenton's skills with mechanics were somewhat helpful there. With the Merionok family, you managed to negotiate their contract. Sorry, I'm a little scattered today. And it's been 2 weeks since we did this, so I'm recalling it slowly. You negotiated the squid contract with the Ghostess, the leader of Wislane, this crystal tree town. And with the contract, you managed to secure passage, at least to Nouru, with the family. Along the way, in the shear, about where you were getting ready to harvest some squid, you found some people already harvesting them, waving about a writ from Lord Duke Abelor, who is the Lord of Nouru, the big boss man, who claims he owns this bit of land, in direct contradiction with the Ghostess, who claims dominion over the entire Clock of Kala, including the shear. There was a bit of a problem there. Luckily, with a bit of investigation and a bit of conversation and a bit of pushing someone over and nicking the books from their pocket.
Excuse me, inviting them to have a delicious cup of tea and maybe some cake and accidentally relieving them of said ledgers.
And several important threads from their jacket.
Yes. when the ledgers were removed from the pocket, the lining of the jacket fell out and all of the coins stolen. Not stolen, legally earned. Maybe not legally kept, but legally earned. Fell out onto the floor. You managed to, in doing so, free the indentured servants who were fraudulently kept working for this trader, whose name is in my notes somewhere. Camben Traderson. There it is. What a name.
He was a poet.
A parrot?
Yeah.
A poet.
A poet.
I literally heard parrot. I'm sorry.
I heard parrot.
Yeah. He was not a parrot. He was a poet.
He's a poet.
Poet.
A terrible poet. But
he's a parrot and he doesn't know it.
You relieved him of his indentured servants. You relieved him of his paid employees, and you relieved him of the squid he had caught. And so you made your way onto Nouru with your caravan quite a bit larger. And so, we come to Nouru. This market town, you are coming down a slight incline, so you get a view over it. Sprawling town. You can see the edges are made up of tents of traders who come here to get what they can. Because this is the only way in and out of the Clock of Kala, the lands of Orga Kala beyond. They come here to sample the wares, to get things you couldn't get anywhere else. And the Merrynoaks are the same. The Calyptor, led by Rhodes, come down the hill, singing beautifully, and heads you can see turning in the town to see you coming from the sheer. You move through the market. Mathilda seems to know where she's going, until you find a small house, a fairly simple thing made of a sandy kind of stone. Quite a lot of the houses here are made of the same thing. She parks up the caravan in front of the house, and the kids get to work setting out their stall. You've got Alia and Aldo, who seem to run the stall whenever they set up in a town, and little Merrin carrying what he can. He's only little. The people begin to gather a bit and see what's going on, but it's just another trader coming in and out of the town, setting up. Mathilda looks at all of you and says, "Well, you did a pretty good job back there. I know we agreed we'd go for some negotiation and stuff, but quite honestly, I'd like to ask you if you would accompany us as employed persons. I'm not sure the exact terminology, but we'd give you food and board, and you'd help us out of tight spots, drum up business, general people working for us, if that's all right."
I don't see why not.
Letty?
Yeah. Well, we're all going the same way. I can't see any reason why we shouldn't accompany each other without the need for contracts and, more as traveling buddies.
Well,
or contracts are fine as well.
Contracts would be, it'd make me a bit more comfortable, I'll be honest. No
Very
offense. Well. No offense. I have known you for 2 weeks now. I don't think we're quite at the stage in our business dealings where we can just go off a handshake.
Well,
That's the way you deal with things.
that's fine. I think a contract would be wonderful. And yes, would you maybe consider advancing us a little stipend for our time here? Uh, we, as you imagine, weren't quite predicting being this way.
Right. Right. I can. I'll have to ask George. He's the one who does with the money, but give me a roll for that.
Aw, can I just do my most charming smile and
mean,
count it as a pleasant social interaction?
It is a very, very much a pleasant social interaction.
Well, which I'm specialised in, so you know.
Oh, lovely.
Very pleasant to be praised.
Oh, but it's a 3.
Okay. She looks. Would you mind helping the kids with setting up the stall, and I'll chat with George and see what's going on.
Oh, pleasure. Right on it.
So as you start helping the kids, you can see the 7 or so indentured servants who are now free, kind of looking around, not really sure what to do. There's a discussion between them, and you can see that the one who seemed to lead the rebellion, the very minor rebellion, as it were, comes up to Letty and says, you don't happen to have that ledger, do you? The red one.
Yeah, I could absolutely. Do you need it for something, or
Well, quite honestly,
just proof of?
we're starting
I'm
from
assuming that
scratch, so I'm some kind of base to work from.
And there's probably the last 6 months that you're owed from Mr. Traderson.
Right? Yes, we picked that up. We took what was due us.
That's good. Sure, unless I can't see us having a need for it going forward. Is this his hometown then?
I'll be honest. I'm not entirely sure. This is definitely where he's been living recently. Well, where we've been living recently. We're gonna try and get out.
Sure, I'll give you the. I'll definitely give you the pair of ledgers. I might keep the poetry book. It's been giving me quite a lot of entertainment.
Oh, please do. He used to read them out to us. He was very proud of it.
Oh no!
Yes.
I'm so sorry. That's an indenture. That's cruel and unusual punishment.
It was life, but well, hopefully we'll be able to get a new start now, and not make the stupid mistakes we did last.
No problem. What's your name, pal? I don't think I ever asked you properly, and that's pretty rude of me, I feel like.
Don't worry about it. I'm Sorrento.
Sorrento. And Letty puts out a hand to shake.
And yeah, he will shake again. And taking the ledgers, will go back to the group, and you see them head off to find, presumably, the nearest inn.
Sorrento 7.
Sorrento 7. That's a good name.
How big is this town? Are we talking hundreds, thousands, big
We're
buildings,
talking-
small buildings?
Maybe 2,000-ish.
Okay.
So reasonably large,
Yeah.
especially for the Beyond, which some of you know. It's kind of this disparate collection of individual towns. It's the Wild West, basically. It is everyone making their own way, without too much overseeing. About this point, Mathilda comes back to you with George, and George brings out a contract. Says, "Well, it seems that you'll be joining us for the foreseeable. So I just wrote up this. Essentially, you will be working for us. You'll be doing, lifting and carrying and stuff. You'll be trying to drum up business, and any business you drum up, you'll be given a cut. It'll be perfectly. There's 4 of you, and there's 5, 6 of us. So we're thinking 40-60 to us, if that is reasonable. And then otherwise, consultant work on solving problems like that one, and we will feed you and house you as long as you're staying with us. And I think we can give you a little. If you can drum up some business, we can give you an advance on something. But you have to find something in this town. Find some business for us. Yeah. Anyway. Takes out the contract and puts it on the wood stall, which Aldo's just sat down. Hands a pencil.
I'll scan through it
Yep.
and just check. I think I trust him at this point. Well, I'll just scan through just in case there's anything.
Yeah, no need to roll. It's very basic.
Yeah.
Light on details, but it's not that binding in that basically
Yeah.
either side can terminate it at any point.
Okay, great. That's kind of what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
In which case, scribble, sign my name.
There is, however, I say, however, there is a clause that if it's terminated in the middle of the wilderness, they will take you to the next town.
Oh,
Okay.
what
Because
lovely people.
they're not going to leave you in the wilderness. They're not that mean. Cool.
Cleege's also just going to sort of, glance through it, make sure there's no sort of clauses that we might be breaking that they might not be aware of, and assume everything's
don't
okay
seem
inside.
to care about who you are. You just do good work and you haven't screwed them over.
Yet.
Mazia very happily, without even really looking, signed it, just taking your lead.
Imagine she kind of goes, "Is it good?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's good." She's like, "Cool." Done. Look, shiny things.
Letty signs, thinking to herself, if this is technically employment now, then I'm probably due some back pay from Cleege. Just
Do I notice if Letty signs with the same signature that Letty signed with last time?
it's slightly different.
Yeah. But it's essentially, it still says special to Letty.
It says last time it said dilettante. This time it says Letty.
Okay.
The same picture of a knife, but a different name.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
that's marvelous. Thank you so much. Honestly, it's been a pleasure so far. I'm sure it will be the most productive of relationships on both of our halves.
I hope so. And if we can help you and you can help us, that makes everyone happy.
When are you thinking of moving on from Nouru?
We were planning to spend 2 or 3 days here. We've set a few orders in for stuff that was going to be collected by the time we got back. So we'll have to deal with Abella, but that shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, 2 or 3 days, and we'll make a move if that sounds good to you all.
That's great. And what are you selling at the moment? What would you like people to come and buy from you?
Oh, what have we got at the moment? Honestly, it's a lot of crap. There wasn't really much in terms of goods that we could get up. The jagged wastes were not friendly. So
Oddities from the jagged waste. Yep.
aye.
And the ink. What do you plan to do with the ink?
Oh, the ink. Yes. The ink will be selling that on. We will need to find someone who can actually put it in some pens. That'd be nice if we could sell an entire pen. But if somebody just wants to buy the ink, that'd be great actually. I
Sort
think
of a
here's
bulk buy
probably-
situation.
Sorry.
Sort of a bulk buy situation.
Right, yeah. The thing is, here we're very close to the squid, so I'm not kind of sure the price we'll be getting. So I was trying to hold on to it at least until we're through the Black Riage, and then it will go for a lot more. There's a lot of people writing in key who need some stuff to stay.
Writers in key.
Yeah, but that's a way off. But if you can find a good price for it, yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. And then, and where will we be lodging while we're here? Just so we,
Point at the house. We've hired out this house for the time. Again, 2-3 days. There should be enough space. It might be a bit of a cramp. We'll have to get the kids in one room, but yeah, you should have a couple of rooms to yourselves, and they'll be fine.
Oh, splendid.
Yes, right. So now that you're working for me, I can ask you to do some stuff. She looks at George. Says, "Give me the thing." Oh, right, yeah. Goes into one of his pockets in his trousers filled with pockets and brings out a little sheet of kind of synthy looking stuff, but kind of floppy, almost like a piece of paper, but almost see-through. Hands it over. She looks at it. Right, yeah. Rolls it up. Hands it to Cleege. We made an order when we were last here, and if you could, would you mind picking up the stuff while we go and chat with Abella? We might actually be able to get out a bit earlier than we expected. If we have got more hands on deck, that'd be great.
Certainly. Okay. Where do I need to go? What do I need to do?
Everything's on the sheet. Take Alia with you, and actually, turns to Mazia. Could I ask you to keep an eye on Merrin? If Alia's going with you, we need someone to keep an eye on Merrin. But yeah, Mazia. Yes, yeah, I can do that. Right, yeah.
She's very good at keeping a close eye on people. He will not be out of her sight for a second. We can guarantee. Well, yes, he will not be out of her sight for a second. It's a job. Trained. Elite.
Yes, sir. I mean, she's obviously very observant with her, background. Very observant person indeed, and will possibly take joy in spending time with Merrin, and definitely won't take her eyes off him for more than a second or
60.
maybe an hour. Who knows? Yes. No, I think that's very good idea. Very good idea indeed.
And right, advance. Hands 3 shins to everybody.
Ooh.
Just a little something. It should buy you food and bits and pieces, stuff you need for the town. Right, we need to go and find a man in a robot suit. Right, and just wanders
Wait a second.
off. Hang on.
I mean,
I'll
it's
ask
the
you about
amount
that
of
later.
robot suit.
You see Merrin tugs on Mazia's coat and points and you can see a puppet show being set up in one of the little squares. And Mazia says, "Can I? Am I right to?"
Yes, yeah. Have you like winks, points at Letty's ankle, winks again.
Right. Yes. She gets the thing out, and you can see her fiddle with the controls. Not actually doing anything because it's already set on pretty high. Pretending to set it higher. Puts it away.
Good.
And when she looks around, Merrin's already halfway to the puppet show. Runs off after Merrin.
Damn, she's good. Okay.
Right, well, Alia,
Yeah.
what do we need to do? I guess you're leading us, guide
Oh.
away.
I'll be perfectly honest. I've got no idea what's on that sheet, so you read it to me.
Oh, okay.
And
I'll
on
read
that
the
sheet are 4 things.
Mm-hmm.
You have a trader called, I've got to find my notes now, Hurza.
Hurza.
Yes,
Okay.
Hurza. And it says 2 pretty synth blocks, 1 meter by 2 meter. Sculptor, question mark, could be flipped, could be like loads of notes about what could be done with this material.
What are the dimensions?
1 meter by 2 meters.
Okay.
For each
So
bit.
1 by 1 by 2.
1 by 1 by 2 for each one, yeah? 2 of those.
Yep, 2 of them. There is small box of assorted oddities, which just has a location in the market, kind of described by words. It's like, go to the center, find the tree, look about 30 degrees west of that, there should be an alley, down that alley, and directions like that. The last 2 are both food, but one is marked not for selling and one is marked for eating. One is marked for selling, one's marked for eating.
Okay.
Both from the same place.
And that's in the market as well.
Indeed.
Well, okay, so I'm seeing 3 different stops, various things to collect. Maybe we should go and get the synth stuff first and then bring that back here and then we can go and do the other tasks.
That sounds
We're
like
delivering the. Are we delivering the synth blocks or picking them up?
we're picking them up and loading them up so we can sell them on later.
Okay.
I've got a hand cart. We should be able to do at least one of the synth blocks, but yeah, they shouldn't be that heavy, honestly.
Okay, good. Well,
Should we? Is it a good idea that we drop off the oddities first and then collect the other things? Oh, are we picking up the oddities as well?
yes, we're
Yeah,
picking up everything.
we're picking
We're
up
not dropping
everything.
anything off. Okay,
No,
gotcha.
no. The selling we're doing is here. That's Aldo's job.
Right, look, so trader called Hurza. Any idea where we might find a trader called Hurza?
Trader called Hurza. Honestly, no idea. We're just gonna have to ask around, but it should be alright. Should be alright.
Oh, okay, excellent. Okay,
Well, why don't we go somewhere where we have got directions for, and then we can ask them?
Sounds like a plan. I don't know. I'm just following you, honestly.
okay. Well, let's go and get the small box of assorted oddities because we could probably manage that and the synth. So let's go there. We've got directions for that.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So, into the centre of the town, this kind of desiccated-looking tree marks the main square, where it is very busy. Stalls set up everywhere. Some of these stalls look pretty permanent, actually, like they've been here for a very long time. They've had like bits added, been improved over the years. This is presumably the prime real estate. You can smell beautiful cooking, things on grills and lovely fresh fruits. Some you recognise from inside Orgakala. Seem still to be fresh, even though you saw no traders come in and out along your way. Nobody overtook you. So, yeah, interesting. You find the instructions, and I'm going to need somebody to make a roll to try and follow these instructions. Because they are very convoluted. Alia, by the way, is sketching the whole time. Like, you, the scene, the food, making, drawings the whole time.
I mean, I'm going to look at it. Trenton, I think you're probably best. Just it's very confusing.
I'll pick up the map, just like, this isn't a very well drawn map. I mean, there's no north. There aren't even names of streets. Who drew this? This is just child's work. Come on, where's the sense of quality? But okay, this is the tree. We came in here. This must be the entrance. And I think it's that way. Do you want to roll?
Yeah, I want
Something?
that roll. If you tell me what you want to roll for it.
Well, so I'm trying to find landmarks associated with the map.
Mhm.
So I guess that might be perception.
I would take a perception roll.
Okay, I am skilled in perception,
Okay.
which is why I chose this.
We're down to a difficulty 2.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, 6 or more.
It's 4,
It's a 4.
of course.
You find yourself in the twist and the turns of the instructions just gone, honestly. Like, this bit of town looks nothing like the bit you were in before, and when you turn around you can't even see the... No, it's left here, and we should actually be heading back towards the centre. I think that way's north. You can't really see the sun, actually.
Yes, I'm lost.
Oh, okay.
It's just, what am I supposed to, I can't work with this.
It's fine. It's fine. Are there any stalls or people around?
You've got to a section of town which is a little emptier, a little quieter.
Is there anyone around?
I would like Letty, please, to take 2 experience points.
My favourite.
Yeah.
I'm going to give 1 to Trenton for getting us lost.
Lovely.
We're exploring.
As you feel kind of up your sleeve a little hand, and you look down and there's a kid.
Bastard. Get him.
I'm gonna use my hover ability, and I'm gonna hover like I've got a second hover because I've got one from my gravity playbook, and I've got one from taking the SO tree, which lets me move at my normal speed as much as I want in any direction. So I'm just gonna like immediately like just step off the ground and sort of go immediately above him. I'm gonna like sort of rotate, bring my face sort of towards him, sort of like looking directly up at him, and I was like, hey there, Ket. Probably best not to pick on a professional.
Skedaddle.
Okay. Little kid,
Does he have anything of mine?
would you like to check your pockets?
I'd love to check my pockets.
What have you got in your pockets? Is my
Oh
question.
boy. Oh, I shouldn't have asked, should I? I have.
Well, it's better you check now and not in...
Yeah. I have a red-handled knife, a book on Numenera, a pen-sized oddity that tells me the weight of things, a fist-sized metal object full of holes? Or no, I think I sold that actually to the gang.
Yes,
a bag of small green scales that sometimes mold themselves into a tail. I have a ledger of awful poetry, and I think that's it.
I think your book of Numenera is gone. This little pocket guide that you've got, that you kept up your sleeve, has disappeared.
1 second, gang. I'm going after a child. Be right back. And I sort of float upwards to try and get a a lay of the land from above to
Okay.
try and figure out where he's going.
So this town, I'm thinking kind of Morocco-ish, streets lined with markets, and then these very close together sandstone buildings. And you're in an area with quite close together buildings with awnings over the top. So looking up, you can try and follow. It's going to be hard. I'm going to need a roll.
Okay.
It will be easier than going through the things trying to follow.
Cool.
So that gives you an answer. So we're down to a level 4 task.
Okay. I'm trying persuasion, bluffing, misdirection, deception. That doesn't really give me anything in detecting deception, does it? Manual dexterity, understanding Numenera. Yeah, not really. I've not got anything for this other than hovering around.
I think, Letty, I mean, you've got a beautiful vantage point there. Now, let's think they're a child, they're small, they're going to dart in and out. So maybe you need to look for those nooks and crannies. Please tell me that counts as good advice.
Of course it does.
Thanks, Cleegee! She says from way up high. I'm going to spend... would this be an intellect roll?
Yes, this would be
Or a speed roll? Okay. I'm going to spend a level of effort.
Nooks and crannies in the alcoves.
And I'm going to roll, I guess.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a 3.
Okay.
Oh my god, what's going on?
You have, lost this kid somewhere in the crush of streets.
Should have figured out what was gone before I let him leave. Right.
I have a
Lost
spare
him.
book. And I take out my book of Numenera. It's the same one that I have.
It's not exactly the same, but it does the same thing.
Anytime you want to borrow my book of Numenera, it's very good. There's a lot of corrections that I've made, but you should be able to get the right idea.
I drift back down annoyed, but I sort of like, that's kind of you, Trenton. I'll just have to hunt that child down. Don't worry about it.
Alia was watching you up like slack-jawed, still drawing just as you're up there.
Don't think you want to use the term hunt. Maybe track would be a better phrase. Track the child down, right? Right?
Sure, whatever makes you happy, boss.
Yes, good. Makes me happy. Makes me happy. Okay, we're still lost though. Okay, we need to find a child. We need to find this place, and I cannot see anyone to ask. Is there anyone to ask?
There's a few people kind of furtively moving through these streets. They mostly seem to be returning to homes and things. They're kind of heads down, don't want to be noticed.
Okay, I'm going to pick on one of the heads down, don't want to be noticed. Literally keep up pace with them and then go in front of them and go, hello, my good friend. I'm terribly sorry to disrupt your goings about of your usual working day, but we seem to be lost. We are looking for this shop. Okay, technically doesn't have a name, but right. So if we were in the market and then I start to give all the directions that were on the sheet, and then
This woman
how do we go here?
has
That shop.
loads of bags and a basket balanced on her head. And she's kind of giving you this look as if, why are you asking me? Couldn't you find someone without a basket?
I mean, I'm so sorry. Obviously, you're terribly busy, but you look like you might know the area quite well. So, yeah. Or alternatively, can you just point us back to the centre of the market where that tree is, please?
Give me a persuasion roll. Either way, you're going to get pointed back towards the centre. But if you succeed on this, you'll get pointed to the centre via the place you were trying to get to.
Can I assist by making her load slightly lighter with my hedge magic?
I like it.
Love
yes. Absolutely.
Is this a pleasant social interaction? Or just a general social interaction?
I think we're just going to call this a general social
Oh,
interaction.
damn it, I haven't been pleasant enough. Should have got
Very
the tea
optimistic.
out. So an asset from Letty. Okay, I'm just going to go, because come on, we can't all be right. Oh, it's an 8. Okay, maybe we can.
Oh, it's going better.
8 is good enough, though. With an asset from Letty down to a level 2, so an 8 is good enough. Yeah, she puts her right hand bag down and says, there is a... the thing you're describing is a laundry, a washerwoman. It's the back door. It's that direction. You should just go straight onto the main street in there, and then turn right, and you'll be in the back of the washerwoman, and that's where you should be. And then the main street should take you straight back, easily.
That's honestly marvelous. I'm so grateful, so grateful. Thank you. Please, let me not harry you any longer.
Right. Picks up a bag and heads off, kind of looking over her shoulder to make sure you're not following her home or anything.
When she reaches down to the bag, she finds that it hasn't quite touched the ground yet.
Shakes her head because weird things like this happen all the time.
Right, I feel confident we go in this direction, turn right, washerwoman. We'll be good. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, as you follow the instructions, they do indeed lead to a big wash house. These lines strung across the alley with clothes hanging on them, and you can see the steam rising from inside where they're washing clothes. Nice and easy. And you find yourself at the back door. It is a simple house, same sandstone and kind of wooden door, but it looks pretty deserted. Alia kind of pipes up and says, "Are you sure this is where we're meant to be?"
Well, I mean, obviously following the rather explicit directions and having gained help, yes, definitely here. And I'm going to rap on the door very loudly and do a very hello type.
Okay. Opening the door is the largest woman you have ever seen. She is like 6'10" and about as wide, in these very simple white clothes. You can see kind of water splashed up on them, very small eyes. She looks down at you and says, "Can I help you?"
Oh, good afternoon, my lovely lady. Yes, we have been sent to collect an order on behalf of the Merinoak Trading Establishment. I believe I am here to collect something.
Yes. She turns away from you. "Tabachi!" shouting into the place, and scurrying out is another woman. Got very strong arms. This woman, she's quite a bit shorter. She's maybe 5'4", 5'5". Very strong looking and in beautiful colours. These wonderful clothes, very different from the kind of throngs you can see working in this place. "Ah, yes, right. You are not Merinoak. Right, you're a Merinoak," points at Alia. "Can I see the writ?"
Fiji, show him the thing.
Oh,
Show him the thing.
there we go.
Wonderful. And sorry, I didn't know the Merinoaks were taking on people. Who are you?
Oh, Oh, apologies. My honor to meet you. My name is Cleege. This is Letty. This is Trenton, and we are indeed part of the wondrous Marion Oak Trading Company.
Oh,
Win you.
right, you're right. Right, I will get you. She wanders back in and comes out with the equivalent of a cardboard box. It's this synth bin kind of tied together with string, rattling loose objects in there, and hands it over. But before she lets go, she says, "Do you happen to know if they're hiring? I can lift. I can fight. I can, you know."
Oh.
Sorry, I never gave you my name. I'm box under the arm. I'm Nutmegan Tabachi.
McGunn.
It's an honor to meet you. I mean, I do not know if they have position available. I sort of flick my eyes to Arleo.
I'm not the one to. So I'm just.
We can ask for you. However,
When are you heading out? Because I can make myself useful and prove myself. I just need some time.
Oh, okay. So you say you can lift and carry. Do you have any other skills?
Yeah. I am
write her CV.
pleasant. I am pleasant. I am well.
Can you work well in teams and also as an individual? Have you delivered many presentations that have been well received?
I'm a specialist in acquisitions.
When you say acquisitions, like you source items?
Yes, yeah. If you need something, I can find the person who can get it to you.
Oh, that's marvelous. Actually, maybe I can just pick your brain. I'm looking for a trader called Herza.
Herza.
Yes.
I could take you to Herza, yeah.
Oh, well.
If
Well,
you could put a good word in for me.
Well, yes. I mean, certainly that's a possibility. I mean, I'm not really in a position to hire anyone myself, but obviously I can recommend and I hope that the Marion Oak business owners, will listen to its employees.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Yes, and actually, well, if you're coming with it, would you mind just carrying this box for us?
I'll carry the box if you let me have something out of it.
I thought it was your box.
I mean, I'm afraid I can't let you do that. That wouldn't be right. You're right.
Looks like you're carrying the box then.
I'll just carry the box.
You've got a handcart, boss. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ollie has
Don't
been
get in
dragging
the
his hand
handcart.
out the whole time.
Oh, yes.
Do I have to make the nice lady carry our boxes for us?
I'm sorry. I sort of sheepishly put the box on the hand. I completely forgot.
A voice.
The box. It's sorry if I've got this wrong. It's your box with your contents. Is that right?
We made a deal when they were last through it, and I found the things that they asked for, assorted oddities and strange things that they could sell on, and I have delivered on my part of the deal. I am dependable.
Dependable.
You are. Yeah. Put that down.
What would you get in exchange for the box? Just out of interest.
I've been paid in advance. They're very good people.
Oh, paid in advance.
Yeah.
And this business here, I mean, is this your business, or do you work for them, or?
No, this is my Mars.
Oh. And she would be fine with you just leaving?
Yeah.
Good. and not knowing if you're dead or alive, not knowing when you might come back.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Oh, that's wonderful, wonderful. Oh, must be lovely to have such a caring family.
From inside the building, get back to work. If you, there's an inn
It's better
on
if
the
we
square.
find Herza, and yes, you can.
I can show you hers afterwards after my shift. I'll be 2 or 3 hours. But I need to. I'm sorry. Closes the door. Heads back in.
Well. Okay. Well, you know.
You were an odd one.
Yeah, let's not hire people that we have no right to hire. Did she give us directions to hers? Did she point us in the general
she
direction?
said, meet her at the inn on the square, and she will take you after work.
Yeah.
Surely we can find her.
I mean, it's excellent. I mean, that's obviously loyalty right there, and a diligence to willing to return to work, not be distracted. I mean, I see many, many, many positives in this person. I mean, I'm not sure we need anyone, but you know, you can never be sure. Okay, diligent, yes. Right.
It's always nice to have a fence.
Excuse me?
A fence, somebody who can find things, sell things on.
Someone in acquisitions.
Is that not the acquisition? Is that not the correct? I feel like I'm saying something wrong. What am I saying? A fence?
Are you suggesting that these things weren't got legitimately?
Well, I don't know about that.
In a legal manner.
She seemed honest enough. Am I saying something wrong? I thought they were just called fences. Is that not how it works?
It is possible to acquire goods legally.
But also illegally. Let's be clear. And when you say the word fence, I mean, I don't know about where you're from, but from like my city, I know like a fence is, well, it's something either that surrounds a place or is indeed someone who deals in illegal goods. And
it's only that. That's
I think that's why they call themselves in acquisitions. It's a more approachable term.
So you're saying this person does do illegal?
No, I just thought they were always called fences.
There's an alternative to being a fence that does the similar job.
Sure. Okay.
Oh, I mean,
That's a possibility. I don't know. She seemed pretty shady about whether or not her ma would be happy with her leaving, I think. But
well,
how well sealed is the box?
It is just tied together with string, basically.
Excellent. Should we head back slowly head back towards the tree? In the center of the market.
sounds good. One other thing I'm curious about, Cleegee, where did you get that clipboard from?
This clipboard. Well, and when you actually see what the clipboard is, you can see that it's actually quite an ornate sort of clipboard that's got like, you know, emissary of Tudor and, you know, the nice council of Avena sort of heraldry on it. It's like it's a super lovely clipboard, and Cleegee, I mean, doesn't, but like would blush, looks a little bit sheepish and go, oh, it's just, you know, just part of my previous work, just an old sort of leftover. Yes.
Just some office supplies.
Do you have a matching pen?
I mean, yes, but obviously that's more for special occasions, not for sort of market work. I tend to use something a little less obvious. And I've got like this little sort of like a quill, but it's a really stumpy quill. Yes. Anyway, let's not worry about that so much. Okay. Well, we've got the box. do we take that back, or do we go to the square and then try to find the fruit, or do we go and find the herzer? And Cleesy's obviously very flustered now.
I propose we head back to the market square, following the sounds of the highest density of people, and then we ask randoms where Herzer the sculptor is, who may not be a sculptor. And what information have we been given about the place where we need to get the food from?
There's no information about the place. It's just food for selling, food for eating.
That's great. It's really shit. Probably instructions written by the same people who did the map.
George is very good at numbers, not so good at business details.
Oh, Alia, did you? I don't suppose you drew a picture of the little urchin rapscallion that took Letty's book, did you? Or you'd be able to. You have a very keen eye for these things.
I could try. Yeah, I could give it a try. Yeah.
Then we can put up wanted posters.
She starts to sketch. I'm going to get one of you to roll for her.
I'm not a snatch.
She is a level 2 character with a skill of level 4 in doing these things. So, trying to remember how the maths works when we do it in reverse. She would be specialised in this, basically. So you need... I think if you're going to try and do this from memory, from the brief interaction, we're going to call this a level 6 task.
Whew. And then she's specialised, so would that bring it down to 12?
Yeah, in fact, I'm going to make the roll and not tell you how good it is.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do.
At least we can then go around and say, have you seen this boy? You know, to people.
Girl, we don't actually.
Girl,
do we?
yeah. It's urchin.
Child. Thing.
So
Skelly
18, so it's a 6, 5, 4. Yep. Okay. She produces... Does that look right to you?
Yes.
Letty got a good look at this child, I guess.
Give me the same roll then.
Okay.
Level 6. You got a good look, so I'm giving you an asset on it, so level 5.
Okay. I'm just going to roll this plain, I think. 18.
Nice.
Very nice. It's not really. It's a generic urchin. Like, it is big eyes, pleading face, smudges of dirt. Very artistic.
I think this is a very good picture, but I think you should keep this one. Don't worry too much about it.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't get... I was... Quite honestly, I was distracted when you went up and just completely...
I can see this is a very good one of me.
Yeah, you can have it for a shin if you want.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I look very powerful. I'll take this.
Get her to sign it, just in case.
Please do sign this, young lady.
Okay. Bit of charcoal. Sign the name.
What damn?
Yeah, we'll hand it over for a shin.
Cool. I'm spending a shin. I've got dramatic portrait of myself.
It is great. It's like you're lit by the sun with the darkness of the alley beneath you, so you're kind of rising above it all. And you can see like the far away look in your eyes as you're searching.
Brilliant.
Right. Back in the square. So we need food for selling, food for eating.
You normally have somebody you go to, or is it just pick up from whoever?
I'll be honest, we just get the cheapest shit for eating and then kind of local stuff that'll keep well, like jerkies and things for selling usually. I don't think we put in any kind of order for these ones, but I might be wrong. I don't know. That's not great at
Do
keeping
you
notes.
go to anywhere specific? I mean, what do you like to eat? I mean, this seems. I mean, this seems a lot. There's so many possibilities.
I'm not the one to ask. I was just, I don't know. I was just told to go along with you. I don't know.
Well, we're going to need, what do we think, a few weeks worth of supplies?
I don't imagine so. We're going by Rashid and Yoshul at least, and those are food places we'll be able to top up.
Okay.
But yeah, we don't need to worry about the Caliptor at all. Rhodes deals with all of that. So
Okay.
we just need to feed the people.
Okay, well, if we find somewhere with 2 weeks of, edible, cheap food for us, and then somewhere where we can just buy loads and loads of non-perishable goods, then if any of us see anywhere selling those things, then let's get in and start bartering.
There are plenty of places, particularly in the centre square. They're mostly cooking food, but you can see a few places where they like drying jerky and things like that. You can also just follow the smell, and there is a secondary market which seems to be, as you go through, full of crates of packed carrots. And well, they wouldn't be carrots. They'd be things that grow in the desert, so they'd be kind of small and chewy, but keep well, that kind of thing.
But yeah, if there's a place that does, dried nuts, I don't know what it's like in Numenera, but probably, I guess, in a place like this, dried kind of insects and stuff like that, depending on what people eat. Then we can get bags
Space
of those.
tubers.
Whatever, yeah, exactly.
Yes, yeah. So plenty of people selling these dried crickets, like you said. The bug's been roasted and salted in bags, packaged out for a day. I would like a roll from somebody who's kind of scanning the market.
Scanning for someone that isn't, I don't know, probably looking for two things. If anyone has prices up,
Yeah.
then try and find a best bargain. And then also someone who is looking a little bit down on their luck and isn't really selling anything
Yeah, absolutely.
much at the moment. So yeah, those are two things I'm looking for. And of course, I've rolled an 8.
Okay. So yeah, there's plenty of people selling, like I said. There are a few that catch your eye, though. Right in the far corner, this tiny little stall, there is a sign that says, "Will cook for..." or "Will feed caravan for passage." Just a sign on a stall and some food laid out, but nobody seems to be at that stall. There's a big gentleman with a big bushy beard, completely bald, with a what's the word? Stall with these crickets packaged in like stackable tubs that seem to like click together, and you can hold one and they won't all fall off, so that's handy.
This is in the same place.
Yeah, this kind of market area.
Yeah.
And you find the biggest jerky drying operation you've seen right in the center. This huge, like, have you ever been to like German markets, Christmas markets, where they've got the big coal thing and they're cooking bratwurst on it? It's that, only they're drying jerky. It is a lot of jerky being dried, and you can see it piled up on the outside.
Right.
And you can also see a fruit vendor with all sorts of weird and wonderful fruits, which you noticed them earlier. They're the ones that came from inside Orgakala, which seem to be keeping very well.
Yeah, I guess things that have come from inside Orgakala are going to sell better as we're traveling out down towards Key. So they might be the better things to start, as long as they're non-perishable. If they're dried fruits, like dried papaya kind of stuff,
It doesn't look like it. It looks like they're fresh fruit.
they're fresh.
But they've
Maybe that's not-
travelled at least 2 weeks to be here, is the point.
I'm going to go up to the fruit stall.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good morrow. This is a bounteous selection of fruit. Please, where do you get all these many fruits from?
This old lady lifts off her chair with a stick, sticks out a hand to shake. It'd be that hand. We get them from inside Orgakala.
I shake, obviously. But surely that's a good 2-week travel. How are they so plump and luscious?
The inside Orgakala, they've got all sorts of strange and wonderful things, which has allowed them to grow this fruit that doesn't perish. It should keep you well for a journey or two. It should last another 2 or 3 weeks beyond this town.
Can Cleege do some sort of like vague knowledge check? Because we have obviously travelled through.
Yeah.
We've obviously spent time with Nimchek as well.
Mm-hmm.
We've been in Wislan. Like, has he A, seen any of these fruits, B, heard of any of these fruits, and C, does she seem like she's telling the truth?
You get that you've seen these fruits. They were on the trees as you were walking through the beautiful place. But yeah, give me a roll to see if decide if you want to have heard of these or if you want to figure out if she's lying.
I want to figure out if she's lying.
Okay.
So my options for that are A, information gathering skill, which is my flex skill today.
There's supplies for that.
You do or you don't?
I think it does.
Social interaction, can I... Because that carries charm, secrets, and intimidation within it. So I must be able to have an idea of whether somebody's
Yeah, go on.
bullshitting me, surely.
Go on.
Will that do?
Yeah.
2. So that's 2 assets. What is it down to?
Level 1.
Nice.
Come on. I was close to that roll. 15.
15. This woman is lying. Somehow these fruits have been kept fresh from Orgakala, but you're pretty sure that they're not going to last beyond here. She was like not very specific with how long they're going to last, and they'll keep you to the next town, and little bits and pieces just knocking you like
That's interesting. Just a question: can you dry these fruits?
I would imagine you could. I don't know why you'd want to though, because they keep beautifully. You wouldn't have to dry them at all.
Right. And who supplies you with these fruits? I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but I would imagine that would be an arduous journey to undertake every few weeks.
I have a lovely young son who goes and does the journey for me, bringing back these wonderful things, and I do the selling. We're a good team. We're a good team.
Excellent. Does your son have a name?
Yeah, he does. Sir Judair.
Jadair.
Yeah.
And where is he at the moment?
He's on another supply run. He's just come and dropped these off, and I've sent him back down because we always need more, because these sell very quickly, and you're gonna have to jump on them quick because they're gone usually by the time.
So he left today, or he left yesterday, or the day before?
It would have been yesterday. Yeah.
Yesterday. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm assuming we didn't pass anybody coming out. Wow, that's amazing. How does he usually travel?
He's got this wonderful thing. It ambulates by itself. It's a true wonder. Does the sheer walks while he's asleep as well. He does it very quickly.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, wow, it seems a shame to have missed him because well, we I mean, we maybe it could have come to some sort of arrangement about, ongoing sales, but if he's not available, that seems a shame.
We can come to some. I run the business, so if you're around for a bit longer, I can do you a deal for some ongoing business. I can get you the fruit you need.
I mean, that would be great, but if it's just your son, presumably there's only a certain amount he can bring back, and then the time element.
We'd always like to expand the business, and to have a regular business partner would be wonderful.
Yeah, that I'm sure that would be marvelous. But yes, it would be conditional on meeting your son, and I'm afraid we're just probably not going to be in town on this occasion long enough.
Right.
So terribly sorry, but beautiful fruit, really very, very lovely looking fruit.
So you're not buying any?
I think not today.
Fuck off then.
Oh.
Okay. While Cleege's talking, I'd like to just scan the fruit and see if it is actually, organic.
Yes, the fruit is indeed organic.
It is. The fruit is fruit.
However, the thing under the table is very much not. The thing under the table is some kind of artifact, you think.
Excellent. Okay, well, I mean, that puts paid to my original thought that, it's sort of like holographic or something like that. But obviously, the thing underneath it, I would assume, you don't have to tell me if it's true, because I won't know. I'd assume it's keeping all the fruit together. I'm going to, if I use distant activation or deactivation, I don't think anyone really needs to know about it.
Might make you do a very simple roll, but
yeah.
Just don't hit a 1.
Yeah. Okay. I get a 20.
Hey.
So
I'm gonna turn it off. As I'm walking away, I'm just gonna turn it off.
Yeah, you reach out with your senses and feel this thing which has been running for a very long time. And you how much does Trenton personify the machines he works with?
Oh, complete. I like 100%. Talking to machines is literal. I have names for them all, and I talk to them probably way more than I talk to actual people. It's
very tired, this machine. It's been working overtime.
I'll actually say it. I'll say it. And actually, maybe I'll say it to the woman, but I'm not actually talking to her. As I'm touching my glasses and I'm playing with the socket, and I just change the socket on my neck, and I'll tap a few things into the side of the glasses and into the port on my wrist as I'm working it out and I'm deactivating it. So you look very tired. Maybe it's time you had a couple of hours, maybe a couple of days rest. You've been working too hard. I'll be back to turn you on a little later. No, I won't say that. I definitely won't say that. That's okay. Weird. I'll be back. I'll be back to check on you later.
The machine, to your ears, breathes a sigh of relief, and a little hum in the background that you didn't notice was there just kind of fades out, disappears. And Cleege, yours immediately hits your nose this smell, this kind of rotten fruit smell.
What the?
And I'll
Like,
just
turn
pull
round again.
everyone's sleeves and just kind of start walking away. Come on, come with me. Come with me. Come with me.
What was that
Just
terrible?
go.
Terrible smell.
This woman has now straightened up and is now like frantically under the table trying to work out what's got. All pretense of being an old woman has dropped as she tries to fix her thing, ruining her merchandise.
No issues with people heightening the prices of their goods, but really, people are going to buy these things and set out on journeys for weeks and be very, very hungry after a day when all their produce goes down the pan because it's rotten. It's irresponsible and dangerous. So, and also that poor machine. These things have feelings, you know. Got to look after them. Can't overwork them. They're like people. They'll burn out. So I'll come back and I'll fix it later. She'll have another chance. Just gives her something to think about. Let's buy some insects and be gone.
So, Trenton, are you saying there was some sort of machine that was keeping the fruit?
Yes, it was just keeping. I don't know how.
I knew there was something suspicious about her, but I could not put my finger on it. Oh.
Well, there you go. It's going to smell a little around here. I think anybody who's making any of the local spirits are probably going to be able to get quite a good deal for any of the fruit that they can start to distill. But in the meantime, let's move away. It's going to be a bit ripe.
If it's not too personal a question, Trenton, how big was this device?
I don't quite know. I couldn't really see it. It was under the desk.
I mean, anything that could keep fruit fresh for a long period of time would be quite advantageous. I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
I'll be back.
Yes.
Sort of disappears into the crowd.
As you see Letty disappears into the ground, you look around and realise that Alia actually isn't with you either. And you look back at the tree in the centre, this kind of gnarled, dead tree, and she's set herself up in like a crook and is just watching the hubbub below as she's sketching. Kids climbing all up and down the tree as well. She seems to just brushing them off as if they're flies, watching the town.
It's almost eerie the way that, like, Mizir goes to do something else and we seem to get somebody who's quite similar to Mizir but just in a slightly different way. And
Letty'll find us.
It's fine. Right.
She can only get
really-
12 kilometres away.
I
And we're going to
really
be a
don't
lot
want-
further than that, so.
I really don't want crickets. I mean, I don't know how to say this, but I don't want to eat crickets for the whole journey. And if
Oh,
that's
we'll
what
have a
you find-
selection. We'll have beef as well.
we won't be allowed to have beef. The beef will sell too well.
Okay, we'll get mystery jerky.
From the stall in the centre, I hear you're talking about jerky. I would like to take you through my wonderful selection. We have more than beef.
Go on then. I'll go over and be like, sir, sell me your jerky.
This man just goes into a spiel, a very well rehearsed, that I haven't written, so I'm not going to do it, spiel about all the wondrous creatures. Basically, they make jerky out of whatever the explorers bring in. They did recently get a full pair of Aneen. So Aneen is a creature that you would all know. This huge two-legged kind of beast of burden. They're about 10 feet tall thereabouts, and all leg basically. So lots of meat on them. Bit stringy, bit tough.
Like massive emu.
Yeah. Only they don't have a neck or a head. They just kind of they have a neck and a head, but it's not as emu neck and head.
So they're mostly leg.
They're
all leg.
Yeah.
All leg.
Is there a unusual lack of stray animals in this market?
Yeah. You
Okay.
can't hear any about.
Okay, yeah.
And that's not just because my dog sound effects didn't work.
Yeah. So you go.
No. So okay. I get the fact. I respect the fact you have a lot of jerky. Now, what deals can you offer me on the jerky?
Ah, now we're talking. Ha! How much would you like to buy?
I look at Trenton.
I'll do some quick calculations. Well, tell me about your nutritional value, which has the highest protein levels.
Yes. So over
We
the
want
course,
salt. We want protein.
over the course of
Need those electrolytes.
Yeah, exactly.
10, 15 minutes, you hash out a deal where you will basically, this will be the food for the family
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it's cheap and they're trying to get rid of it, but it keeps well. So they will very happily deal with you and probably do it for about 6 shins thereabout.
And that would be enough food for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
For all of us?
Yes.
The whole caravan?
Yeah.
Is Nimchik still with us? Has he stayed with us or has he gone away?
You haven't actually seen Nimchek since you stopped at the house. He came with you to the house and then they just disappeared.
Oh.
Interestingly, they left their big tarped thing by the house, though.
Oh, really? So how many people? So we've got 1, 2, 3. There's 5 in the Merrion Oaks. There's 4 of us. That's 9. Like, how many people would this amount of food feed for 2 weeks?
It would feed 10 people for 2 weeks.
Okay, great.
10.
Well, I'm happy to pay in advance for my money for that, and then just get it back off the Merrion Oaks when we come back. Should I do that?
Yeah, why not?
Will he tell me what animals this is from?
This is the Anine,
Okay.
because they had 2 of them and they need to get rid of it.
Okay.
The Anine variety box. I like it. Boneless banquet. Very nice.
Could you, sir? Do you have any exotic jerky from exotic animals from this
yes, we
locale, which you considering from an outsider who just wants to try a few exotic things? Would you mind throwing in a few extra sticks? Just for me to try. We're doing a big order here. I just want 1 or 2 little things, just a little sample pack.
Give me that persuasion.
Can I help?
19.
Oh yeah. Oh no, don't
No
even need
need.
to.
19.
2 good rolls.
Yeah, he looks at you and then grabs like a sheet of paper and wraps up a few things,
Nice.
hands them over. Now these are very special. And rattles off a few names of things, which you no idea, it doesn't mean anything to you. But as you get them to describe them, they sound like pets.
That's what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. Nice. Mean jerky plus pet jerky. Excellent. I'm gonna pocket that.
Okay.
Well, that's good. That's the eating food taken care of. I mean, the selling food's definitely going to be an issue, though. And
Well, while you think about that, we have just about hit 9:30. So I am going to call for a little break. When we return, we'll join Letty. But we'll be gone for about 10 minutes, and we will see you then. Bye. last we left off in the market, there was some haggling for jerky, some... I've immediately lost the words. Wow, it's not a good day, is it?
Fruit rotting?
I'm blaming the long weekend. Yes, I was gonna say something very fancy about the lies of a trader or something. But yes, the lies revealed. The deception revealed? I can't remember the word I was going for. Anyway, you made the fruit rot. And Letty split off from the group as you were heading to the jerky. So we're going to jump in with Letty and see what's going on there.
Letty has sort of found her way back to the fruit stall, thinking about the artifact that was mentioned to be under the table, and is sort of carefully watching the lady as she started to sort of unpack the fruit in the vague sensation of I'm gonna rob this woman of her artifact.
Yeah, this woman is now trying to hawk her fruit to anyone who's making alcohol, like you mentioned earlier. Like, she's very quickly drawn up a sign saying all fruit must go, great for alcohol making, they make a wonderful like nonsense about like what it can do, all the while just kicking the thing under the table trying to get it to work again.
Cool. I think she sort of sidles up to the table, and she sort of says to the lady, "So I see you're having a bit of trouble with the freshness of your... I was here earlier."
Yes,
and
you were.
And your fruit was very fresh.
Finds her stick. Goes back into old woman mode.
Yes, you were here earlier. And my fruit went rotten immediately as you left.
That's what I was curious about, because it went rotten very quickly. I'm assuming you've got some sort of device that's keeping this stuff fresh. Am I wrong?
You're very wrong.
Just because I have a bit of expertise in that sort of thing, devices, artifacts, ciphers, and she sort of like pulls out of sort of a pocket like a couple of cipher objects to prove that she's capable of holding like 3. So she's got like the control blinking nodule, the mind sled, and the foam detonation pill that she sort of pulls out, and sort of gently sort of passes from palm to palm. It's like, I've got a lot of experience with this sort of thing. I'm a nano, you see. And then as she brings her hands apart, they sort of float in the middle of the air, and then she grabs them and she puts them back in her pocket and she says, "So if you'd like me to take a look at something like this for you while you're trying to get rid of your now ruined merchandise, I could have a look."
What's your deal here?
Compensation, obviously. If you've got money to pay, I'd be interested to hear what your pitch would be. I'm just an enterprising sort of person, and usually, when people want the service rendered, they offer their services.
You don't work for Ian, do you?
Who's that?
Never mind.
Gives you a look up and down.
I'll give you a shin to do it.
2 shins. Seems to be an important part of your business arrangement.
Deal.
Pocket
1 now, 1 when you fix it.
hands you this little pressed disc of metal. You immediately identify it as a shin, of course.
Incredible. That brings me back up to 14 shins. I'm so rich compared to everybody else.
No.
Considering I'm not allowed to have my own property. Cool. Right, well, go about your business. I'll be... let's take a look. Let's take a look down here then.
Yeah, she is keeping an eye on you and trying to wave at sellers. You notice she's basically now passing notes to kids along with like a sweet or something to pass the note to somebody. get the word out. I need this gone. So yeah, under the table, indeed, this it's about this big. Seems to be a plate on a little whirring thing, which now isn't whirring anymore, with a fruit on it. The fruit itself has rotted.
Interesting. So she sort of like takes the fruit off, wipes it away, has a look at the object for a couple of minutes, and she's trying to think. Mostly, she's trying to think when's going to be a good time to get away. When's going to be a good time to sort of disappear from under this table without the lady noticing. I'm assuming that I'm sort of under a cloth, like this table's got like a cloth over it, and that's sort of on all sides. She just like sort of peeks out to see who's in front of the who's in front of the table at this point.
Yeah, somebody has come up. This man in an apron and shirtless with an apron is now haggling over the fruit, paying rock bottom prices for all of it. And the woman behind the table is giving a good fight, but is definitely going to lose this one.
So she sort of picks up the device, sort of secretes it behind her, and she sort of like gets back up out from under the table, and she just says to the lady, "Right, I'm sorry to interrupt, my dear sir. I'm gonna have to slip out for a couple of minutes. I'll leave this here." And she points under the table, and I'm just gonna go and get some parts. She has the device behind her. She's pointing directly down to under the table. I'll be back in just a minute.
Give me some kind of deception roll.
Cool. I'm skilled in. I have trained in persuasion, bluffing, misdirection, deception. So I'm assuming that is that.
Absolutely.
And I'm also trained in stealth, which is I've just picked up.
Yeah, I think so.
Is it sleight of hand as well? If you're trying to smuggle something out behind your back.
I think because this is big, I don't think sleight of hand quite works for it, which is why I'm going with stealth. I think.
Fair enough.
I do have stealing. Stealing is under here. Actually.
Yeah, this definitely counts.
You're definitely doing that.
Which means you do not need to roll at all.
Oh, okay.
With
Incredible.
three assets, yeah, you just brush it off. Very convincing as a nano, and head off with the thing as this lady. As you got close to her, actually, you could see the grease paint to put the wrinkles like a little deeper in her face. Now haggling quite angrily with this man who wants to buy all her stock for cheap. And yeah, you head back to the other two, who now have finished collecting a load of jerky, fair-sized boxes of them, putting them on the hand cart.
I mean, jerky's all well and good, but sometimes, Trenton, sometimes you just want a good meal. And I know we're travelling, and I know we're in the middle of nowhere. Don't you remember the meals we used to have back in Vatican, you know? I'm sure at the Vino they gave you marvellous meals, almost feasts, I'm sure, and I just miss that. Oh.
Gruel, that perfect gruel, every day, delicious.
Oh, Letty, you're back. Welcome back. Where have you been?
Oh, I've got a little something to add to the cart, and she sort of lifts up some of the jerky, puts the artifact on there, puts the jerky back over the top.
You got a plate.
You said that might be an interesting thing to have. A plate? It's a device.
Not.
I think you'll find.
Oh, Letty.
Give me a couple minutes. I'll be back. She sort of disappears again off into the crowd.
We'll wait here then.
Okay, if you're waiting there, I'm going to follow Letty.
Letty sort of waits to see when this man sort of starts to close his deal. And as he closes the deal and starts to walk away, she's going to sort of come back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's. They've shaken hands. Some money is exchanged, and he's walking away presumably to get barrels and stuff to to carry this fruit off.
Yeah, she sort of pulls out her. She's got a pen that gives her the weight of objects. She just sort of pulls it out. She sort of says, "Right, got my tool." And she comes back under the table and she lifts the flap and she goes, "Did you move it? Where is it?"
What? What?
The artifact. Have you moved it?
No, I haven't. Have you?
I have not. I went to get my tool. Where? Has anyone been here? That gentleman just there, would that be...
Stay here. She walks off, just leaving the fruit behind to follow the guy. And you see a very big argument starting in the middle. She basically tries to pat his pockets down, lift up the apron, try and find it on him. What are you doing while she's distracted doing this?
I'm going to put the shin back on the table. I'm going to write a little note saying, have to dash, but here's your shin back. Since I couldn't do the work. And I'm going to sidle off.
Okay.
Back into the ground.
Fair enough.
On one hand, honest, and on the other hand, dishonest. I'm
great.
conflicted, I have to admit.
Letty returns to you.
Well, I mean, I can see a bit of an argument going on. I assume you're...
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, fine.
I'm going to, look at the machine and, just work out how much of a rest it needs and whether it needs a bit of oil and some, bit of TLC.
Honestly,
and then
the machine seems quite happy.
Excellent.
Yeah, no, it's well kept. It was just working a lot.
Well, Cleegee, looks like veggie's back on the menu.
Well, that's good, but no, we still don't have, I'm no cook, and I've looked at your stuff, and you're no cook, and, well, Mazia's definitely not a cook. Just... Where was that? Where was that stall? You said that someone had thing about, we'll cook for a caravan. I mean...
We can't hire any more people. We can't.
I'm not hiring people. I'm looking at possibilities. I haven't hired this person. I've just taken down some details about them. You never know what you might need.
Okay,
I'm gonna sort of walk up to that tiny stool with the little sign, and look around.
Yep, you hear a very gentle snoring. As you look over, you can see, lying on the other side of this stall, in kind of the shade, is a very strange creature. This six-limbed, penguin-y looking thing with black top, white belly, yellow things on the side of its face, lying on the ground in the shade, snoring.
Hello.
Yes, a friend is good. Lifts itself up onto its bottom four flippers and slaps the two on the top of the table. You are looking for a cook, yes?
Cleegee's just...
I am Philaiwo. It is good to meet you.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Cleegee. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to stare.
No, you have never met a skin, my friend. I understand.
A skin?
A skin? Yes, we are beautiful creatures. We don't often on the surface, not very often, and even rare in the desert.
Wow, yes, most. And you're a cook.
I am a gourmand. I have yes, I made where is it? Brings out a fairly chunky book. I have written this, the Gourmet Guide to the Steadfast, and I have a few copies left if you would like. But of course, I am looking for work. So if you you look like a very important person, the leader of a caravan.
Oh, that's very kind of you to say. Unfortunately, currently I am not a leader of a caravan, but I am in the employ of the Merrion Oak Trading Company.
Ah, the Mathilda Trading Company.
Yes, and they indeed do have a caravan, and we are planning to travel. I'm going to be honest with you. The food has not been good so far.
You have not had me along for the trip.
I mean, what can you offer?
I can
Cleege gets his clipboard back out.
I can offer skills in well, finding food. Mostly I feed the caravans I come along. You do not need to scavenge yourself. I do that all myself along the way. I can hunt. I can find food anywhere, even in the desert.
Wow, that is. I mean, and like, again, I don't mean to be rude, but you're like water, and surely the desert's like.
It is not the most pleasant thing for me, but hey, we end up where we end up, and this is where I have ended up.
And what would you say would be your go-to dish for desert times?
Go-to dish for desert times, there are some roots actually that thrive in the sand around here, which grill up very nicely. I have my own collection of spices and such, and yeah, some tubery. They're crunchy, or I can make them soft and fluffy. They're very, very filling, and with the right treatment, beautifully tasty.
I'm going to turn around and look for Trenton.
I'm going to eat a little bit of jerky. What a jerky. And we're like, I don't need this. It's just food in the belly. We don't need gourmet. We just need to get to where we're going as light as possible. Calories, protein, no scurvy. Other than that, we don't need this. Come on. Once we get back to the Scorpion's Reach, let's go crazy. Let's go eat out. But until then, let's just be practical, and also practical, and just keep it light. Keep it simple.
But it's just jerky and crickets otherwise.
Well, we will need some food still. But that seems to have helped with that.
I turn back around.
But let's let the Merrion Oaks know, in case, they're also feeling a little bit, that food isn't adventurous enough for them. And if they want to hire someone, then this chap seems very well qualified.
For one, I've grown a little bit sick of ration packs, so...
You as well.
There's two of us. Well, I tell you what. Would you now? And Cleege sort of goes ruffling and gets one of those very hard earned, not quite yet earned shins out. I have a shin.
I can see the shin.
That is good. With this shin, would you be able to make a meal for? Well, let's conclude you for 10 of us. Yes, 10. Would you be able to make a meal for 10, and maybe we could eat it? I mean, would you be able to do it by tonight, or maybe tomorrow in the evening, or?
Are we calling this a probationary meal? Are we talking, will this lead to future work? Is my question.
I mean, if it was all up to me, I would be employing you immediately. But unfortunately, it's not. But
I cannot argue with that, but I can bring you wonderful food. Absolutely.
but to spend no more than the shin.
No more
do you
than
get-
the shit?
you
love
must
a
show that
challenge.
you must show that you can make wonderful food, but very cheaply. If that's and if you can, and then I'll give like the directions to where the house is. I mean, and if you're able to do that tonight, that would be marvelous. I mean, honestly, marvelous. I'd be so grateful.
Consider it done.
Oh, that's great. Just while I have you, have you been in this area long?
I have, yes, I have been here a while.
Have you heard of Herza, the trader called Herza?
The name rings some bells. You may want. It sounds. I think probably in the artist square.
Artist.
Yes, that sounds about right, but I cannot be sure.
Okay, thank you. That would be great, and I look forward to seeing him tonight. And yes, wonderful.
It will be an honor for the
Oh.
Marion trading family.
Thank you.
Very like gestures and bows and all of these kind of alien things that you presume are respect. Does you and then like slides the shin off the table with the flipper, pockets it, and heads off into the market, just leaving the store behind.
Oh well, I mean, one shin, 10 of us fed. Hopefully a good meal. I mean, I don't see how that's a failing situation. I think that's great. I mean,
I think he had great client management skills.
I mean, just.
Put that on the
he's-
clipboard.
Sorry.
Put that on the clipboard.
I mean, it's on the clipboard already. I mean, I think I don't know how to use my own clipboard. Of course, I don't. It's already. I just fine. I've added. Right now, he did say though, Herza might be in the artist square, so maybe we go find. I mean, do we take this stuff? Actually,
I think we should drop this back.
let's drop this back because I don't feel quite comfortable leaving this amount of jerky just out in the open. and then maybe don't mention to the girl what we've been up to.
Where is she, by the way? Have you lost that one? I thought it would be
No,
Mazia who'd lose
she's
a
over
child.
there by the tree. It's okay.
Okay.
Well, I haven't lost her. She's just like Mazir. She just wanders. I mean, like you wander. I mean, everybody wanders off.
I'm going to spend my last
I told you I'd
remaining
be back.
shin on some boxes of crickets. The more exotic, the better. Things I've never seen before. So.
Yes, drenched in sauce, some of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hot as possible. That's what I want.
beautiful stuff.
Nice.
Head back
we-
towards them.
We're
Yeah.
saying crickets, but of course they are not actually crickets. They're these strange, like asymmetrical, actually, bugs. 4 legs on one side and 3 on the other. It's a weird sight.
I'm gonna head back to Alia and pick her up and.
Yep. Yeah, she will just quite happily hop down and follow you. It's quite a good one, this. Shows you quite an extensive sketch of the whole market. And you can see actually in the corner you having a conversation with the scheme.
Yeah. Can I also check that there's no indication that she's got Letty doing nefarious things or, you know?
No, that is back and to her left, and she was facing that way.
You really are an extraordinary talent, Alia.
Oh, thank
Really
you,
are.
thank you. Yeah.
Well, let's get this stuff back to the house, and then apparently this Herza person is in the artist square. Do you know where that might be?
Oh yeah, I can take you there. I can do that. I might need to actually pick up a few things as we do. So you head back and drop off the thing. You can see that the entrance to the house is now guarded. A couple of guards standing there with helmets that cover their entire face, basically. As far as you can tell, they can't see out of it, but yeah. Aldo's kind of sitting there, occasionally glancing back at them and out, spotting people going by and waving them in, and you can see a small pile of shins. He's made a couple of sales.
Nice work.
Yeah.
I presume Abelor is in the house. Is that right, Aldo?
Yeah, he's dropped by and they are now having discussions. I don't think he's spotted the squid yet, but it should be alright. We'll see.
We just got a raiding party, by the way, from Orc and Spelter TV with 75 people.
Holy
Oh,
shit!
wow.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. You've joined us at a very gentle, sedate bit of Numenera. We're in a market, collecting things for the journey ahead. I think
You've
this is
put
quite
us in our
possibly
shopping episode.
Yeah, I know.
You've joined us in a shopping episode.
Shopping, acquiring.
Yeah, you did miss the French sea lion penguin creature, though. Unfortunately,
He'll be back, I'm sure.
he'll be back. He will be back. But
So Clegy, like having seen his people around, has all the stuff that were on the carts, has that been put in the house, or are they still on the carts still?
everything on the carts is still on the carts. And actually, you notice now that a few of these carts with the synth covering has been changed somehow, like a switch or something has been flipped, and they are now see-through. So you can see everything that's on all of the carts. Presumably it's all for sale.
Okay, so I have two concerns. One, our power conduit prism was on one of the carts. Is that now visible and for sale?
It is not visible and for sale. It is covered in like other bits and pieces. It's basically buried under everything that is for sale.
And secondly, I think at the end of the last episode, you allowed me to take some of the slightly injured squid
Yes,
with
indeed.
us into. So I very much want to make sure that those squid are okay and safe and not being sold or knocked over, or they've become quite precious to Clegy over the past week.
All of the squid are hidden as well as they possibly can.
Okay, good.
Because, Abello probably wouldn't be too happy if he found them.
Letty, I think maybe you need to just, I have a few things that you sort of keep an eye on. Maybe we need to just, I think Trenton got some like special jerky that needs to be transported and just put in a safe place with our other belongings.
Sure,
I
I
will
can
take-
put the store.
Yeah. Could you help me with the jerky?
Sure, I could help you both with the jerky. You're really good at this, guys. Really, really proud of how far you've come in the nefarious arts. All right, let's. Where's your
Aldo
bag?
looks up at you. What's the jerky?
Got some jerky.
It's only this because we're not sure what some of it's made of. So, but that's okay. That's my jerky.
Right.
Yours is made from
A nean.
neem.
Oh,
It's
lovely.
fine. And that's not jerky. That's just jerky.
Okay. Right. I'll be honest. I think that might still be jerky, but
Well, let's not think about that. Sure, it's delicious anyway.
Yes.
Come on,
great.
and I'll start picking up the
In
pile of stuff.
in the meantime, can I look at the box of oddities,
Yeah, absolutely.
please? Can I open it and have a little, browse through?
You can indeed. There's all sorts of weird little bits and pieces in there. Are you looking for anything specific, or do you just want me to like scattershot some things off the oddity table at you?
No, I'm not looking for. So I guess I mean, it, I'm guessing they're mostly oddities, as in then there's obviously not any ciphers.
No.
I'm looking for things because I am a little bit of a Numenera crafter, and I don't do it very often. So, and it's been obviously we've had quite scarce resources so far.
Yeah.
I'm just looking to see if there's anything that I could maybe use to cobble together to either make a cipher or something that potentially might be useful.
Okay. Yeah. So the way I'm going to run crafting is you kind of give me an idea of what you want to make.
Okay.
So it can be like vague, as in like something to replenish points in my pool, or it can be something to help me in a fight or something like that. Or you can go super specific if you want, but it'll be harder.
Okay. So currently, all Clegy really wants to do is having now we're in the employ of the Merry Oaks. Cleegy's like, okay, they've got some oddities, obviously planning to sell them on. However, if I can craft something with the oddities, they will be worth much more, and therefore we will get much more commission from it. So like he's trying to just be a bit more business minded. I mean, I know Letty has a lot of shins. Clegy really doesn't. Clegy currently has a lowly 6 shins, so Cleegy's feeling the pinch a bit. And trust me, he's not somebody who is without shins very often. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So it's more for that. It's to demonstrate that I have the ability, but also to try and sort of increase the worth of the oddities in some way.
Okay. So, ciphers are generally a level 2 task to build. What that means is you have to succeed at a level 2 task and then succeed at a level 1 task.
Okay.
I think. I'm vaguely remembering this because it's been a while since I've read the crafting rules, but I'm going to call it that.
Okay.
So, yeah, especially with this stuff, it's only going to be a level 2 task.
Right. I am specialised in crafting Numenera.
Very nice. So actually, you don't even need to roll. Specialised is 2 down, so 0 and 0. So yeah, if you want to spend a few hours, it takes time still, but a few hours cobbling these bits and pieces together, we'll give you a roll on a cipher table.
Okay, so can I do that? Sort of plan to do that in my evening. So
Sure,
I'll have a flick through, pick out like the bits that I think, oh yeah, I can use that to make something, and do it later after dinner, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my plan. I don't have no concept of what time of day it is. I'm just assuming that.
Yeah, it's kind of lunchtime-ish now. You're stopping for some food and bits and pieces. And actually, in the distance, you can see Mazir and Merin with toffee apples.
Nice.
Just wandering around, chewing on them.
Aww.
The exact same blank expression on both their faces.
Yep.
Incredible.
Well, yes, lunch, and then we'll carry on. So we need to find Herza, and then we need food for selling.
Yeah, can I see Aldo about getting? I paid six shins for the jerky for the wagon. I paid that out of kind of my stash.
Yeah.
Can I get that back?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Thanks.
And as he's doing, he's starting to chew on this anine jerky. Really?
Okay.
This?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Right.
It's high. Build your muscles, and it will keep you in electrolytes. That's all you need.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure how much I need my jaw muscles.
Oh,
You need to wash it down with some water. You'll be okay.
You never know. Letty, I was just
Hey, hello, what's up?
thinking that maybe and again, please tell me if this seems out of line, but maybe I could contribute to maybe some sort of new outfit for you. I mean, I love what you wear. Obviously, I love it, but I just
the prison
feel
garb.
that
The prison
Sorry?
garb that I wear every day.
I
The
mean,
prison garb that I wear every day.
Yeah, I mean, I know prison garb is some sort of fashion look. I completely understand. I mean, it's beyond me, but I completely understand it. But I'm just wondering whether, like, maybe something else, maybe like a lovely coat or a cloak, or I don't know. I'm willing to contribute to just, you know, I, I, I just feel that you might need a
Something
little
that
bit
makes
more
me
than
look a
that.
little bit less like your indentured servant, right? Sure.
And well, I mean, obviously, you're not my indentured servant. You're an employee of the Merrinoak Company, as I am.
As I have signed in the contract.
Indeed, in the contract. But I just want, like, we're going into the desert. I just feel that maybe you might need a little bit more layers.
More layers for the. I'm honestly, I'm not sure quite why I'm arguing with you. I'd like that very much.
So, Cleege's like, I mean, like, 2 shins. Will that be enough to get you something?
Yeah. I'm sure 2 shins would do it.
Kind of outfit are you looking for?
So yeah, Cleege's going to give Letty 2 shillings to find something to cover the prison garb, and hopefully get Letty to stop mentioning the fact that it's prison garb.
Brings me up to 15 shins. Still the richest person in the party.
But anyway, right? Shall we? Are we all eaten? Shall we? Let's sort out Herza.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Alia leads you to the artist's square, another very similar looking square with another dead tree in the centre. You could quite easily get lost in this town if it weren't for every square being like a separate market, a separate source of something. But in this square, you find a lot of bohemians, these strange clothes, even for this area, unusual, and what's the word? Easels set up, people carving from blocks of rock and synth, and people with little bits of wood shaving away, and the tree in the centre has been covered in kind of mural paints. So where in all the other places it's been this grey, dead, twisted thing, it is colourful, it is bright, it's very pretty. And there are a lot more kids in this area because music. There's people playing. There's the puppet show, which you saw was just like on the edge of this square, and there's a lot more lively in this square.
Did you say some of the artists were carving from blocks of synth?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, well, I will approach one of them and admire the work for a second. Just say, it's even if it isn't, it's remarkable work you do here. I like the expression. I like the life and the energy behind it. I can really, you're really putting yourself into it, and it's rare to find these days.
She was my muse, my joie de vivre, my reason to make art.
Oh, you can see that you're putting in, the love, and you're really imagining her as you're sculpting this.
This sculpture, by the way, is about, you can't see my bottom hand, about 3 feet high, and looks to be of a selkie, which is a dog thing with a fishtail, basically. He's talking as if it was his lover.
And I'll try not to bat an eyelid about that, not judge, and just say I don't suppose. That's good for cheers. So you're carving from synth here. It's
I
a
am
solid
indeed
material.
carving
It's
from synth.
It
It
is
is one of the more
very
difficult things to work with, but it creates such a beautiful, beautiful artwork.
I like the way that it's angular and fragile, yet also strong and with curves as well. It's like life. It's got sharp bits and smooth bits. And
Are you an
good choice.
admirer of the arts? Are you a patron yourself?
I'm more of an admirer than a creator. And I was actually here looking for Herza, somebody called Herza, and I wanted to talk to them about something that they're doing.
Yes, hers is over there. Points in the corner. Be careful with them.
Be careful because
They're not
dangerous.
an artist, they don't get it.
Who does? Who truly does? Don't you worry. I'll talk to them, but I know that what I'm seeing here in front of me is true art. What's your name, please, sir? Sir? Madam?
I am Asher.
Asher. Well, definitely spread the word of the
You won't
wonderful
buy a
work of
piece
Asher.
now? I've got some smaller ones if you're travelling. Or some larger ones.
I can see a larger one on the back of my caravan, but I will probably pick one up on my way back through.
Well, remember the name.
I will. How can I forget? Thank you, sir, and good day. And I will head along to find Herza.
Okay. Herza has a stall. Well, it isn't a stall, it's a warehouse, basically, a big building on the corner of this street where it seems quite busy, actually. People coming and collecting lots and lots of art materials, these big blocks for sculpture. You can see standing at the front is a quite a tall fellow. Where is it? With very, very muscly, very chiseled, shall we say. Shirtless, but for a waistcoat. A blade on his back, and a large waxed mustache, who seems to be kind of directing traffic. He's covered in elegant tattoos of roses.
Aye.
Hey. How you doing? How can I help you today?
How can't you help us? Wow.
Well, I mean, the body itself is just art. Well, what can I do
You're not
for
just
you?
yourself then. Well, wow. Sorry, so one of you guys, I can't keep a straight face. This is phenomenal. The waistcoat, my God, what a look! Absolutely stunning. Where did you get your? I'm looking for some clothes at the minute. Where did you get your outfit from? Because I need to go there.
This, I got far, far away. A very long way away.
He's just gonna stay here.
just like wow.
Petey's just like looking at Letty and at yes. Anyway, hello, good fellow. Oh, wow. I mean,
Not you as well.
Right? Right?
Prithee
that-
sickle at your service.
a pleasure. My name is Cleege, and I am I am part of the Marian Oak Trading Company, obviously.
I recognize that name. Now, why do I recognize that name?
Clegy? I don't know. Why would you recognise Clegy?
No, not. I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean Clegy, that name. I meant the Marian Oak Trading Company, that name.
A trading company of much renown.
I'm sure. I wouldn't have heard of it otherwise.
Travels through the, through the clock and through the beyond and into the steadfast and, bringing wares and trades to all types of people. And you, sir, you seem to be just... I mean, I don't mean to be rude. What are you doing?
I'm fulfilling orders that were made a while ago. People coming and getting the bits and pieces they need to make their art.
And it's... Who's giving... I mean, I'm not being funny, but, people are quite capable of, making their way around a market. Do they need guidance?
I'm here to help.
To be fair, it did take us quite a while to get our way here, so maybe you'd been better placed in the market square.
I don't know.
And you are quite the landmark.
I'm told to stand here and be friendly.
So, whose employ are you in?
I'm in Herza. They're my employer.
No!
Yeah.
What are the chances? That is exactly the person I am looking for. We are looking for.
Well, how many people have you asked? Because if you've asked everyone, then the chances are high.
Well, no,
He's got one brain cell too. Phenomenal.
well,
We hire him.
what?
Are you offering work? I'll be perfectly honest. This is terribly boring. I like meeting new people, but quite a lot of them don't like having conversations with me. They find me dumb.
Trenton, I thought you said I wasn't allowed to try and employ people. Why are you suddenly giving jobs to people?
Can you direct me to Herza, please? We have some business with him. You two.
Of course.
So flustered.
Follow me. Leads you into the warehouse where quite a lot of people are carting these chunks of synth and stone about. He leads you upstairs to a very rickety little office, kind of nailed in the top corner. Doesn't look very stable, but it's there. He leads you up there and opens the door, and inside is presumably Herza. They've got a kind of goatee, which is blue, dyed presumably, completely bald, and kind of very simple work clothes, looking quite sweaty as if they've been working the floor, but now just marking up ledgers and notes and coins. This here's Herza. Looks up at you. Alright.
And what was the other guy, the amazing guy's name?
I'm Prithee Sickle.
Prithee Sickle.
I mean, I sort of see Herza and nod to them, and then that artistry on your skin, how did they?
I got these in it will have been near the... How will I? Ed's blanking on the name of something, because I know where these came from. On the south, below like under the jagged wastes, there's a city very far south where you go and there's ice roses. You can go and collect them. And there's a lot of art of these roses. And I thought it was so beautiful that I had to have it.
They are beautiful. I mean, but who did the art? Who applied that to your skin?
I can make an introduction if we're ever both down there.
Wow.
It's a very long way away.
I mean, that's nice. I mean, PG's having ideas about, can I adorn my skin? I mean, it's blue. It's weird, but, maybe a nice rose. Anyway, distracted, sorry.
Alright, so, what are you lot doing in here?
Scouts are amazing. Herza, we are sent from the Merinoak family. We're here to collect 2 blocks of silk. We have a Fiji, so you have the writ.
Oh, yeah.
We have dimensions.
Marvelous. Yes. We're here to collect 2 pretty synths. It should be 1 meter by 1 meter by 2 meters. For sculpture, it can be flipped. He starts reading out all the sort of details. I understand that it's already been ordered and we're just to collect.
Right, yeah, but I've got a lot of orders. Have you got a name?
It was Merinoak.
Merinoak, right. Flicks through. Yes, yeah, I got. You're right here. Rips
We can wait.
half off the page, passes it to you. Take that downstairs and they'll get the stuff for you. Right.
Thank you very much.
Does that include a big hunk of meat?
Sorry?
Don't worry about it.
Thank you very much,
Get
Mr.
outside.
Herza.
You're not meant to be in here, you're meant to stand outside. Right, sorry. I'll head out.
I don't mean to be rude. What do you use him for exactly?
Quiet on. Wait, Scouse. How have I done American and Scouse in the same fucking... quite honestly, it's just a little dim. I felt sorry for him, so I'm feeding him and... I mean, he can lift heavy stuff. Is that everything?
I think so. Yes. So take this downstairs and pick up the synth blocks. And yes.
Lovely.
You do a lot of... Did the Merinoaks order a lot of things from you?
No, it's the first time they've been through.
Okay. Just checking.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
see you.
And I'll whisper to Good too. Do we need anything else? He seems way well connected.
All right. Let's just get the synth and.
Okay. So yeah, head down and
Can I help you carry one of these?
You certainly can.
Wonderful. The synth, as it's loaded onto the hand cart and Prithee carries his, is very light, actually. It's very surprisingly light. It's bulky and annoying, but very light. It's a wonderful, wonderful material. It's incredibly difficult to carve, but it makes them for some beautiful statues. And yeah, people sell these and to caravans, to moving people who want some art they can bring along easily. It's great stuff. Great stuff.
Ooh.
do
Wow.
you carve yourself? Not carve yourself, but do you yourself
No,
carve?
no, I'm a writer, if anything.
Ah, poetry?
No, mostly prose.
Writer, how interesting. And yet you seem to have quite a I don't mean to be forward. That's quite a weapon you have.
Yeah, I mean, the pen is mightier than the sword, but sometimes you need a sword to fight people a pen can't hurt. I mean, what's a huge dog gonna say to a pen? You gotta fight that with a sword, right?
Good point.
Yes, if you are trying to fight it, indeed. Do you have? I mean, do you have skills with that sword?
Yeah, I've got some skill. I've got no small amount of skill, I might even venture to say.
And what do you write? I'm curious. What your novels? What is this?
Stories, yeah. I like hearing people's stories and collecting them in books. I'll be honest, I'm not sure I'm any good, but I enjoy it. It's not for any kind of sale or anything. It's for me.
Can't be worse than that poetry the other guy wrote, can it? Let's face it.
Absolutely not. Have you ever heard of Camden Traderson? Horrible man. Don't ever encounter him if you can help it. But he also wrote some terrible poetry, which is... I've got it here. Take a look. Take a look at some of this. It's phenomenal.
With the block in one arm, like very precariously balanced, starts reading the poetry. Well, I wouldn't say it's absolutely off. There's some nice ideas in here. If they're maybe just not executed perfectly, it could be. I can see the soul of the piece. It's beautiful, but yeah, the technical ability perhaps needs some work.
This guy's so nice.
Give that back. You're no fun.
Well, yes. How did you end up out here, though?
Travels. I was, I had a few friends that I were traveling with, and, yeah, they, didn't enjoy my company, it turns out, after 3 or 4 years of working together. It's honestly not something I talk about very often.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
No. The reason I don't talk is because people don't ask. You're the first person to ask. It's nice.
Oh. Gigi sort of has a smile. Yes. Gets his clipboard back out. Right. So you're a story writer and a sword wielder, and
Oh, and I'm a dab hand at cards.
sorry, dab hand at.
Cards. You know, like games.
Oh. I look at Letty. He's a dab hand. Do you? I don't know.
Well, I've got a nice collection. Reaches into a pocket and shows a card with a beautifully drawn creature on it and some numbers underneath. Not many people play it very often, but I've got a nice collection and I can teach people. It's a fun game.
I'm sorry. This is a game. This is a game card. I've never seen anything like this before.
Right, yeah, I could teach you if you like, but essentially the idea is you're controlling the monsters like on these cards, and you make them fight, and the idea is to get rid of all your opponent's monsters and take their life total. It's kind of a point system down to 0. It's a
Never
very
heard of anything
simple
like
game
this. Yeah.
in the base, but when you start sprinkling the cards in, it gets complex in a very entertaining way.
Letty, who's more of a cheating at poker sort of person, is just like slowly being like, no, he's so beautiful, but he's so not. This is awful. I hate this. I regret everything.
Just but But those creatures are not like anything I've ever seen. I mean, I haven't travelled widely, but
No, they're old as far as I can tell. I found these underground somewhere.
really,
Yeah, there was a whole box of them, like a box. They were just in there, loads of them.
and you have all of those.
Well, I have most of them. I pass them out as we do, and then I'm hoping people will start making some new ones so we can start playing some strangers. But
Wow, that's fascinating. Oh,
Do you have a name for this game?
I'll be honest, it came from Ogre Carla originally, so I've just been calling it Yu-Gi-Oh! Fuck no. my brain, like, I was trying so hard to like put something together. No, I've never thought of a name. I've just been calling it the Monster Game.
The monster game. I like that. It's very
wow.
clever.
Yes. Wonderful. Oh, look, we're nearing the house. How wonderful.
Wonderful. I'll just put this down here then, shall I?
That would be fantastic. Thank you so much for your help, and honestly, a pleasure to meet you, Prithee. Do you have any sort of plans in your future?
No.
Oh. Okay, good to know. And you'll be with Herza, yes?
That's where I live.
Ah, excellent. Well, we may see you again. Who knows?
Great. That'll be great.
Lovely to meet you.
You know where to find me. If you ever want to play a game, I can teach you.
That we may come and take you up on that offer, right?
Great,
right, guys?
Great.
Lovely.
He's talked off.
I'll be off then, shall I?
Bye, Prithee. Thank you.
Yeah, right. Take
Yeah,
care.
goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
Have a good one.
Unless, Letty, you wanted him to stick around for Alia to draw him. That's
No,
okay.
it's not worth it.
Alia is also kind of split off herself into the artists' market, picking up bits and pieces.
Well, right. So we've got the synth. Unusual group of people here, I have to say. I mean, he was magnificent to behold, but
Who's the big bastard?
His name is Prithee. Worked for Herza. He
Right.
likes lifting things and playing cards. Also
and
writes
writing stories
Mm,
and wielding a sword,
a large sword.
a very large sword.
Right, many strings to his bow then.
Mm.
One could argue. I mean, well, right. God, these guards are still here. How long is this conversation going on for?
Yeah, one of the guards' heads turns to you and turns back straight forward. I don't know, honestly. They've been in there a while. It wasn't this long last time, but that'll be fun. That'll be fun. I'm sure.
Do we know what they're negotiating?
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure your parents have got it under control. The guard that sort of turned their head, I'm just gonna sort of, having got all the stuff down and in the right place, just go up to him. And you said they were wearing a helmet.
Yes, yeah. Kind of basically a bucket on their head. No eye holes or anything.
A bucket.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's it. What like?
They've got like bits of plate armor down the whole way. It's fairly uniform. It is a uniform. They are identifiably, and they've both got kind of glaive-like things.
Remind me what glaive is like.
Sword on a stick.
Thank you. Sword on a stick. Huh. Good day, sir. Do you do much of this work?
Good God.
Did you speak? I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Well, pleasure to meet you. My name's Cleege. Have you been in the employ of the Duke, Lord, dignitary for very long?
Why?
I'm terribly sorry. Say again.
Why?
Why? It's sort of a question. I mean, I'm just wondering.
We've sort of been doing impromptu interviews all day, and we seem to have got into sort of a mode.
Are you attempting to impede my duties?
Is talking with me impeding your duties?
It's distracting.
Distracting you from staying ahead?
Guarding.
I mean, you can talk and guard at the same time, one assumes.
Yes, but
Oh,
I prefer not to.
oh.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know how long the meeting is due to go for? Because, well, we have a takeaway dinner ordered, and we don't want it to get cold when it arrives. You see, so it'd be nice if you know when to plan to get it. So when it arrives, we could. Oh, we need it hot. Don't want us to have cold dinners, do you? So
I don't
if
care.
you.
Oh, I see. You're interested in the dinner now. You know it's arriving, Trenton. All this jerky's fine.
Well,
This
if you've
roast-
ordered it, then I'll have it. It'd be great. But
I'm just saying. So, do you get much action guarding doors? The Lord?
you don't give up. I love that.
No.
Oh. Do you not get very bored?
Bored by the second.
And your colleague there,
See, technically, the sentence is more bored by the second. Bored doesn't matter.
your colleague, is he as verbose as you?
She's less so.
Oh. Right. Okay. Cleege's just like, fine, step away.
Letty, during this time, has been to the shop and come back with a small wardrobe of clothes.
Brilliant.
Oh yes.
Sort of like a set of clothes hangers over one shoulder.
You can see actually, as you're walking back, a kind of a bubble of no people around the stall, as you watch people kind of look at the guards and make a wide berth.
It's annoying.
Aldo, why are people avoiding the store?
They're probably scared of those fuckers.
Are they reason to be scared of them? I mean, they're just people with buckets on their heads.
It's more the swords, honestly, I think. Abella's like a big deal around here, and he's not really the kind of person you cross. And if Abella's talking to someone, you don't interrupt.
Oh. Hence the guards.
Hence the guards.
Right.
Alto,
Been trying to talk to corpse.
Alto, your father said something about a man in a robot suit.
Yeah, Abella. Yeah. He's well, like he's a man in that, like, the brain's still there, but there's not much of like him left. It's mostly mechanical. It's honestly pretty fucking cool, if a little bit scary.
It's sinister, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you saying he is literally just a brain within a mechanical body? And like, is his brain wired into the body? Do you know?
I haven't asked.
Oh.
At this point, walking out of the front door is indeed this huge mechanical man. It's more like a light bulb shape. So this big ball thing with two arms off the side with this kind of flexible hose and two legs which are incredibly simple. All they do is they don't really lift further than that. You think he might be stuck if he wasn't in a town with big flat areas. You see the big bulb area turns to look at you, and on the front a face shows up.
Oh, like projected?
Like projected.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
Who are you?
Ah, good day, my lord. I am Kliji Hokik Jowlig. This is my colleague Trenton Brooks, and this is the wonderful freshwater Letty.
Do you work for them?
We do indeed. We are in the employ of the wondrous Marianoak Trading Company.
Turns round where George and Mathilda have walked out. You owe me for 3 more. Pay by tomorrow. Mathilda just... Yeah, sure. Whatever. Was that attitude? No, I'll pay you.
Oh. My lord, it's an honor to meet you. Is there anything I can do to be of service?
Letty's like nudging Kliji like, "Don't- You've already given him my real name. What are you doing?
No. You'll be paid for. Goodbye. Very, very slowly, making its way through the town.
What you give him my real name for? God.
I thought you were dilettante. I'm very confused now.
I'll be honest, I thought you were going to be away a bit longer than that. Sorry about that.
No problems. Why do you need to pay for 3 more? I mean, I assume we're the 3.
You're employees of traders, so I think technically he's counting you as traders, and there's a tax for traders to come in and out of the town. So it's I thought I could get away with it, but No,
Oh,
don't worry about it. It's not your fault.
so sorry. I literally had no clue. I mean, we've done well on the list. We've got the synth. Chose the synth.
Good
We've
stuff.
got the
Good
box of oddities. Chose the box of oddities.
Wonderful.
We have managed to acquire some food for eating. Of a
Delicious
jerky.
jerky.
Yes.
Good stuff. George
exactly.
looks in the box. Oh, you got the good stuff, right?
He knows.
And
And it only took us 3 hours in real time.
so we just haven't got the food for selling, but we've well, I mean, we found a stall, but they turned out to be, dishonest in their methods of keeping their food.
Yeah, they'll be all around. But yeah, you're smart people. I'm sure you figured it out.
Yeah.
We did indeed.
But just as a token of our appreciation for you, I have arranged for someone to prepare and provide a meal for us tonight. For the 10 of us, 9 of us, for all of us, indeed.
What's it going to cost us?
Nothing. I have paid him 1 shin, and he is going to provide a feast for that 1 shin. Apparently, I'm feeling optimistic. I thought it might make a change from jerky.
All right, it's your money. George heads back in, presumably to do some ledgers. Well, I guess if you've done that, did you find anything interesting for us to? Any business dealings we could do along the way, or were you just on the?
I mean, we have mainly been exploring and obviously working hard on your task list. I have found several people who you might want to consider employing. I mean, I don't know if you have, space for further people, but we've come across a few that might have some worthwhile attributes.
Right. Can we talk about it over food?
Yes, indeed. Yes.
We're going to cut to a few hours later, where laid in front of you is indeed quite a sizable meal. Veg. It is crickets, but they've been done in a beautiful sauce, and they've been got flatbreads on the other side, a curry type thing with fresh veg and herbs on top. And as he sets the last plate down, I hope you enjoy your meal, and I hope you consider my application for a place traveling with you. It has been a pleasure cooking for you.
Well, this is splendid.
Thank you, Philoa.
Yes, Philoa.
Just marvelous. And like Clegy carefully tastes like every dish, and everything is like, this is delicious,
And as we finish with Mathilda kind of explaining the next bit of the journey, hooking up with a load of other caravans heading to the next town, a load of people going to be coming with you. We pull the camera out of the townhouse, and as it moves up, we can see the whole expanse of Nouru lit up in lights, with the sun setting in the distance.
Oh.
And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Awesome.
A bit of a gentle shopping episode this time. You managed to very carefully get around quite a lot of like little bits and pieces that I threw in there for you. But hey, next
We
week.
still have another day here, don't we?
Yes, but we're going to kind of move along, and we'll rejoin.
Oh,
the
but
group.
I want to do another 3 hours shopping.
I think you're going to hunt the child. And I thought we were gonna,
The child. The child.
exactly.
Yes, Nimchek has not yet returned, but
Okay.
spoilers for next week. He
Oh.
will be on the road with you.
Ooh.
Ooh, intrigue.
Anyway,
Oh, thank you.
yeah,
Thanks so much.
this was indeed a gentle one. Now I've got to remember how to end this. It's been 2 weeks. If you enjoyed our particular brand of chaos, come and join us. The link in the Discord is below, and we've been organising various little games and stuff in there. There've been I got a mage game in there. That was quite fun. We are probably going to raid, but I don't know who to raid. So I think Simon's in the chat, and Simon, you can sort that out for me if you can. Thank you all for joining us. For Helen, Danielle, Jay, it's great to be back and actually the stream working. I don't think there's anything else I'm meant to say. Can
See you
anyone
next
think
week,
of
Paul.
anything else I'm meant to
What's
say?
coming up this week?
Oh, yes, that's a very good shout. We've got Blades in the Dark tomorrow, I believe. Rodrigo's carrying on. And I believe an all-out war has just been declared. So it's getting a little chaotic, shall we say. Friday is the
Balance
usual...
to a shopping episode.
Yes, yeah. We'll be getting some weird stuff later. We're moving out of civilization into the wilds, so yeah, that'll be great. Friday is the usual benefactor game, and Sunday is our Lancer game, where we are going to be saving a town. Hopefully, we'll see. But I think that's everything. I think that's actually everything. So I'm going to say goodnight and leave you all to the rest of your bank holiday Monday if you have it. Good night. I'll go.
Good
Bye,
night.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.